I was asked if new medicine recommends a certain diet for certain conditions. The answer is yes. Diet should be introduced with changes that affect the digestive system. So with changes in the stomach, liver, pancreas and during inflammation of the intestines. The diet often involves the exclusion of some products from the menu, so that we can avoid the ailment. What was formerly called celiac disease, hypersensitivity to lactose, gluten or egg white. It is nothing but the symptom of sensitive inflammation of the intestines. It is not hypersensitive. Cylindrical epithelial lining the inside of the intestine produces digestive juices. Intestinal inflammation impairs the production of digestive juices. This is the cause of, for example, intolerance to bread or abdominal pain caused by the inability to properly digest the bread eaten by the sick person. Thus, when inflammation of the liver, pancreas, stomach or intestines, it is necessary to apply diet. However, this is not a therapeutic diet. That is why I do not eat some products because it will cure me, but because I feel comfortable. In order to cure, I have to solve the conflicts that cause or sustain changes in the stomach, liver or intestines. There are also cases where you need to do it non-standard as a diet by consuming more than usual quantities of certain products. Of those most commonly selected and used as a product supportive treatment of gastrointestinal diseases is raw hen egg. Mother Nature, placing us on our planet, has made sure that we have easy access to any solution. In many cases it seems to us that the solution to the problem is not possible, but only because we did not look around for him in his search. Mother Nature is aware that the best cure for some change or disease will give man, literally speaking, a protein bomb. A huge amount of well-assimilable protein. The best, most accessible and cheapest source is the raw chicken egg. When is the recommended intake of raw chicken eggs? For pleurisy, peritonitis or any condition that requires drainage. 30. This is usually done in such a way that the patient is diagnosed with, for example, extremely malignant ovarian cancer. The patient is so frightened of the diagnosis and the fact that somewhere downstairs the back of the abdomen is located a malignant sabotaging and tumor-borne tumor. It will cause peritoneal hypertrophy at home, that is to strengthen its protective function. When a patient is cured of ovarian cancer, she realizes that she was so frightened of her death. This will get rid of the conflict and calm down. The breakdown of the peritoneal tumor will begin. In contrast, peritonitis is associated with exudate of bloody abdominal fluid. In that case we even deal with liters of liquid collected in our belly. This is not a problem, the liquid can freely be there, it will not spoil, no harmful microorganisms will grow there. As the propagation and action of microorganisms in our body is controlled by our brain. However, if due to his illness someone had for a long time suffered from fear of metastatic ovarian cancer, chronic peritonitis will occur in this person. In chronic peritonitis, fluid in the abdomen is always collected. If the conflict was very intimate, there would be plenty of this liquid, and it may happen that it is necessary to drain his drain. Although this remedy is known in old medicine, and it happens that the drainage is being carried out, however, they often try to halt the plagiarism or do not take it at all, that the liquid will be rebuilt. But I beg you, if you cannot eat the patient patient because a bucket of liquid in his stomach. And even if 1 teaspoon of food produces nausea, this drainage becomes a life-saving procedure by which the patient can again take food. It takes place in the abdominal cavity, and will not die of starvation. Unfortunately, nowadays many people suffering from asphyxia die of hunger because this procedure, considered unnecessary and ineffective, is not performed on them. The line of defense is considered not to use this treatment, and if it is not usually used, it is better not to use it at all. At times, however, a physician is taking the appropriate action and not guided only by the usual custom will decide to drain. Usually not all fluid is drained. Anyway, I would not advise anyone to remove it entirely, because it contains a tremendous amount of very valuable protein that the body synthesized. So resynthesis would be a tremendous effort. Because of that, after the drain we should regularly eat 2 to 4 raw eggs a day. Thanks to which, despite the loss of protein due to drainage, there will be no disturbance of physiological balance or energetic organism. There will be no interruptions in energy supply. So if a peritonitis occurs in someone, then maybe with one measure. What is the consumption of at least 2 raw eggs a day? To protect yourself from falling into bad condition, you can try it out, test it out, and check that if someone drains and no eggs are eaten within 2 to 3 days after surgery, you will feel dying. Being alone is not an impending agony but only a transition deterioration of the patient's condition caused by lack of energy. However, if eggs are eaten, this condition will not appear at all. I do not know who in the old system invented the sick people to eat eggs. However, it is a shot in the knee which I can hardly compare with. So we have the need to eat raw eggs. They are a very important nutrient, essential for someone who is disturbed in the energy economy of the body. They should be consumed until the end of a special program. I sincerely admit that people often abhor themselves, dislike raw eggs, do not trust how to eat them. Well, when a health problem occurs, even those who are disgusted before drink it with a taste. However, it is often asked whether they could be eaten in the form of, for example, planted eggs or something else mixed. The situation is that if we fry or cook an egg, its protein will go down. The protein is cut off because the molecules of the branched amino acids contained in it are broken down. This is nothing but the denaturation of the protein. Of course, if you look at it from the viewpoint of digestion, it is easy to digest a fried egg due to broken molecules. But when you look at life processes and nutrition, it is much better to eat them raw. So I do not recommend frying or boiling eggs, but if anyone cannot otherwise, let him make a half-cooked egg, but at least in part should not be cut, because what is there is gold.